What's up, everybody? Midjourney Fast Hours Podcast, episode 46. Rory, Flynn, Drew Brucker. We have Midjourney video looping, 720p, start and end frame, all just launched within, I don't know, overnight. Meanwhile, Midjourney's kind of been, I don't know, cracking under the pressure this morning a little bit, hit or miss with whether it works, but that's a temporary thing. So I think we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all the new things that's coming, right? So we still got like things like Upscaler coming with video. We've still got some other components that they're working on there. They've got 7.1. They've got V8 updates. We can get into also some of the things that we're seeing across, X, LinkedIn, Instagram with video, right? Like we have Runway, we have VO stuff. So I think we're going to get into a little bit of everything today. And we've got a lot to catch up on because we've both been busy dads.
Yes.
Busy dads, busy career men.
This is, we'll consider this our summer break. We promise Drew and I will get back on a more regular schedule at this point. I have been overseas for the last seemingly 2 weeks between conferences and things like that. So, which was sick, by the way. This was like the first conference I did 2 years ago. And like the first time I spoke on stage, it was an affiliate marketing conference, which is just like volume, Meta, Google, creative. Like it's just a volume place. And they brought me in for volume, right? For AI stuff because they thought it would work. And I was the only one talking about it at that point. And everyone's like, this is crazy. This time, everyone talking about AI.
Yeah, lots changed.
To be expected, but like I wasn't expecting like the level of depth that some people had taken it to, and I was like, "This is sick to see." Like some of this stuff is really cool, and like I always, as marketers, we always bastardize everything, but we also come up with some cool stuff. So I was amped, man. Like really, some of the agents that people were building, like
it's incredible.
Really thoughtful, really useful. Like not just building agents to build agents, like really systematic in nature, but. Yeah, then I tried to go to, Mallorca for 3 days and just turn my phone off. I don't know if that was a good idea.
How'd that work?
That was a good idea or a bad idea? I felt great in the moment, but when I came home, I was like, this is bad. This is an awful idea. But, dude, if you haven't been to Mallorca, I would say put that one on the list.
That's a good one, huh?
Really good. Barcelona this time, excellent. Mallorca was a 30-minute flight from Barcelona, tops.
Nice.
Outside
get on, get off.
Outside of it being like legit, I do have one story for you before we get started. This is for our audience here, you might find Rory in an awkward situation funny. Like we drove one day in Mallorca, we rented a car and drove like 50 minutes to a public beach instead of like all the private ones, and we had read about it. It's like this long like 2-mile strip of beach, epic, blue water, whatever. We drive there. We get there early because everything that ChatGPT told us, of course, our research partner. So get there early before the crowds get there. All right, we listen, ChatGPT. First one's on the beach, 9 a.m. Also, it like subtly mentioned that it could potentially be like a nudist beach. So we're like, whatever. There's 2-mile strip of beach. What is the chance that we hiked probably like a half a mile up on the beach to find the spot?
Yeah.
And then we get there and we're like, 10 people show up. We're like, all right, cool. Like beach is starting to fill up, and then like I start to see bodies. Come to realize we picked the one little stretch of the nudist beach. So I'm walking around, seeing everyone's hanging out, like legit. Doesn't matter what age. I saw more body parts that day than probably available on the internet at this point. So it was a interesting. You could imagine me just sitting there.
Any Rory Flynn photos surfacing around out there?
I was saying to myself, I said to my wife, I'm like, if the sun saw any part of my nether regions, I'm going to the hospital. That's like 3rd-degree burn in like 6 seconds.
Oh.
That sun is like African sun.
Damn.
But then secondary question is, do you put suntan lotion on those areas? Because that kind of sounds like it's a crime.
No.
In the US,
No. I don't think so.
Sorry, everyone.
I'm not even
These
a
are the
sun.
weird
I'm not even a sun lotion kind of guy. I mean, unless it's like natural stuff. I've like leaned into that just because this is gonna sound kooky, but Like I'm a big believer in, like, the skin is an organ, so it absorbs
Yeah.
everything, right? So like I don't want to put any of these chemicals on me. Number one. So unless like it's funny, man. One of the cool uses, honestly, that I've gotten out of AI is like I've made my own suntan lotion if I need it. So I've got
Beef
it's
tallow.
like it's no. So, well, hold on, wait. So I've got
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget what's it. It's aloe. It's like, is it jojoba oil? Is that how you say it? Jojoba oil.
Something.
Almond oil. Little bit of vitamin E and carrot seed oil, if I remember correctly.
Wow. Okay. You get the whole recipe down.
I already had all the stuff, so I just mixed it up. You know, got the right proportions from AI and all that stuff. It's been great. And then I did the same thing with like face moisturizer. So going back to the tallow thing, I learned about sort of like the tallow thing being really, really good for anti-aging. And so I was like, I was looking into that. I was doing research with LLMs for that. And then I was like, okay, well, what, I started to see like promotion for then the moisturizer. I was like, this is probably something I could just do here. I already have tallow here.
Yeah.
And so it gave me instructions, super easy. Again, it was like 4 or 5 ingredients. Everything's organic, right? Made it. I've been using that as on my face moisturizer for the last like 2-3 months now. So
this was the funny thing, was that like there in that sun where you're close to the equator, it was about 95 degrees. If I didn't put the heavy duty stuff on, I was going to be in the hospital. Like, no joke.
Damn.
I was out there if you were out there for 10 minutes, you're roasting, unless you have like the perfect, European like complexion, which is already like pre-tanned. I was coming in after being inside for like 3 months.
Right. You just look at the sun. You don't go out and experience the sun.
Yeah. I was like, I could feel it. I could feel the sizzle in about like 10 minutes. I was like,
sizzle.
We're in a bad spot. It's like threw some grease in a pan,
Oh my God.
like, put me in it. There we go.
Unbelievable.
But all right, enough. Sorry for the sidebar, everyone. I figured you might want to hear what we were doing while we weren't posting. So, she's making suntan lotion. I'm on a nudist beach.
Yeah.
And there you go. So
one of the thousand things I've done with AI that I never would have expected, but it has insane value that no one talks about. Because, dude, you do one of those things one time and you're instantly thinking, man, I'm just going to go ahead and start my own brand.
Do everything. Grow your own food. Grow your own ingredients.
Get a business right here. Anyway,
let's
get into it. Let's get into the stuff you guys actually want to hear about, which is let's go into office hours first. Let's cover like new updates, what's coming, all that good stuff. So
cool.
I'm going to bring this up. Let's share the screen. We can look at it together. We can talk through it together. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. All right. And I got it blown up here so we can really see this. Okay. Features, right? We just got this. Again, we alluded to at the beginning, but we just got this overnight. This came last night. So start to end frame control. So we didn't have end. There's now looping. You now have 720p in there, and then potential turbo. I don't know if that launched or not. I don't know. So we'll look into that. This upscaler updates ongoing. So they're training that, and it looks like video model and upscaler updates. I don't know what the video model updates are, if that's like an existing update to what they currently have, or if that goes into like one of these other different video models that we kind of discussed in the past.
The high quality one. Is that what we're thinking? Maybe. All right.
Maybe. Man, I want to hear more about that.
I'm
to me, that was
now.
like, whoa.
Random drop for them to just like kind of go silent on it for a few weeks, but I'm curious when
they do that. They do that sometimes. Yeah.
Is an upscaler going to be like useful? I don't know. Like I
don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because you could take it into CapCut, right? And then it's like, and you can also change the frames per second. So it's not so choppy, right? It's like,
yeah, you can use Topaz for that stuff. I love Astra for what it is. I still think like there's no real Magnific for video yet, which is like let's add the skin detail, let's add the little micro sort of textures, which is what we need. But we'll see.
You think they're working on that?
To me, it's like the biggest market opportunity.
I feel like that would be something that they would be at least thinking about.
Yeah.
By now, if not already in development, just kind of like hush hush, maybe.
Yeah, because we've said this before. Like give it to me in 480. Like, I don't really
Yeah.
care. But if you have something that can do it, like, let's see it.
Magnific did drop that update with precision upscaling.
It's
God,
good.
I got a gnat right here. Jesus. Doing this live.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're back,
No,
baby.
but Magnific. Like I played around with that a little bit, the precision thing, which I think is cool. I don't know. To me, I don't know if I've explored the depths of it enough, but I feel like if I didn't like want the creative part, right? Like a lot of what I've done, or I think other people are probably doing too, is just slide the creativity meter all the way down, resemblance up a little bit, and the image doesn't change.
Yeah.
Right. But there is some, refined controls on precision where you can add in a little bit of grain. You can control the sharpness. So I guess that's maybe the big thing.
Yeah.
I played with both, but interesting update.
The only problem with I find with Magnific is like if you have text or graphic or something like on a T-shirt or like logo or whatever, like if you use any sort of level of creativity, like 0, 1, even like it changes it. So it's like, it's the only pain in the ass for me is like that kind of stuff. Like it changes some micro details.
Yeah, I wish you didn't have to guess so much, right?
Yeah. I just want to like highlight a part, either like mask it and be like, don't upscale this, or like don't change this. You know what I mean? You can do that in other tools, but
yeah, like sensitive around certain parts, like especially with things like maybe around small facial regions that you just don't want it to morph or hallucinate on. Yeah,
but
yeah,
we'll see what this one holds. I think I trust them now.
Yeah,
what they've done.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, like the video, I'm still really high on what we have, with Midjourney. Again, it's a very boiled down, almost like MVP version, but I kind of like that in some ways. But I am curious about that more development package that we were talking about a couple weeks ago. They're talking a lot more about V8 recently. V8 described as ridiculously good model.
I don't know why I just read that in like Will Ferrell's voice. I don't know why it just like popped into my head. It's ridiculously good.
I don't know. Did they ever talk about V7 as ridiculously good? I'm not so sure.
Not really.
So like, I was thinking early days, did they? Late, they didn't at all. They weren't really like, it didn't seem like they were excited beyond, elated. Elated is the word.
Yeah.
That sounds encouraging. Some V8 features may backport to create V7.1. Main team focus currently on V8 development. What do you think about that prioritization with V8, knowing what we know, I guess, versus better things like improvements around user experience and UI, kind of like just getting to things faster without having to kind of know all the ins and outs? Because I still feel like Midjourney is, unless you know it, it's still probably one of the harder ones to figure out in terms of like just image gen creation.
I'd say
like and then feature, like I know we already have a lot of feature, but I'm just trying to think like, what about like efficiency measurements, right? So like, again, like I'll bring up this idea that I think I brought up a few times a long time ago, but just like, what if you're trying to create a story or a film or something with connecting pieces, and there's an easier way, right, to, based on a prompt, to give you like multiple scenes that could go within a storyboard really quickly.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like I feel like I wonder if that's going to be a priority. It's like, what is V8? Is it just around quality and coherence? Like the same things we keep hearing? Because
I think so.
I think it's already good. I just don't like my personalization code. You know what I mean?
Here's a weird thing. I for a training I was doing, I went back because I had to take my personalization code off because like I can't I feel like it's ingenuine to show what the images look like with my personalization code, because that's not what they really are on the base model, right? So like going to the base model and like trying to run stuff and get it to where I want it, like I wasn't getting any level that I was like happy with. Not like V6 where before personalization.
Well, it's got no direction. It's got no direction now.
So it was like, is this model really just based on personalization? Because I'm just curious if the base model for version 8, right? Like if that's going to be just overall better. because like I look at some of the other. I still don't. I mean, like quality wise, like I still think Flux and ChatGPT and everything else like sort of still looks AI. I still think I can get the most realistic stuff out of Midjourney with the most detail, but like I wasn't just like going back and working off the base model. I was like, this isn't that giant of a leap from V6.1. So I think they probably didn't they say they for V7 they used the V6 data to train V7. Wasn't there like a thing like that?
I don't
get
know.
It out?
I don't remember. But
That was in like the waiting days when we were like, when the hell is this thing coming out?
this is a good plug though. This is a good plug for this. So what we did was we took all the transcripts from all previous 45 episodes, Midjourney Fast Hours.
There we go.
And we also imported some just like basic understanding of Midjourney, like codified black and white things, right? Around parameters and this and that, and, features, controls, blah, blah, blah. And now you can go in here and you can ask any question you want. I mean, ask something. Give me something.
What does the quality parameter do?
All right, so let's run this.
Searching its knowledge. All right. Would you look at that?
Look at this.
Just a perfect little Midjourney Fast Hours, buddy.
So, hey, if you're looking for something we may have said in the past, I think that's where I really like. I want to make sure that it does pull those things as well as it can. I did this in the best possible, most accurate way that I can for this like initial version. Obviously, at the same time, I didn't spend hours on this, but I would love, if you guys have any feedback, we'll drop this in the episode description so you can use this if you ever need it. Again, you can ask anything Midjourney related. You can ask anything for recall based on past transcripts of this podcast.
I like that it said what they said on the podcast. Drew called one of those sneaky MFers because people forget about it. That's good. That's good reference knowledge.
Look,
right there.
Even tested the F1 car shots. Remember that?
Yes, that's weird. That is weird.
Let's go.
Man, AI is
How about that?
Crazy.
Anyway, we'll throw that in so you guys can reference. I think that's like super valuable. Anything you want to know about Midge, you don't have to ask us. You don't have to go back and try to find it. Okay? Like, it's there for you. Throw that in your sidebar, free to use. Done.
And if
over.
If you guys missed Faye, she's back and she's back with a vengeance. It's very chatty right now.
I mean,
so
she's overdue. She didn't get it. She didn't get her
overdue.
say for the last few, and I think the last maybe few that we recorded, she wasn't around for.
Yeah, now she's back and she's given 100%. So
And
if you hear that
she
in
can say the word
background,
fish now.
She can. And if you're back, and if you're here for the first time, my daughter makes regular appearances on the show. She's 14 months. She has a lot to say. So, just
Okay, I want to know when you're going to stop doing the months. Is it after 18?
I figured 1.5. Like 1.5 feels like
because you're not going to say. Yeah, like once you get to 18, it's like 1.5 or 18.
Yeah,
but then
that's
you're not going
1.5.
to say 19 months.
No, 1.5. Once it hits 1.5, I've realized that's my cutoff.
Yeah.
So
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
We don't have to say
we're
months
good.
no more.
I
Yeah.
don't like. Yeah, it's like the same thing with the. It's like the same thing with the dogs, right? You get up to months, and then it's years, and then that's it.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Okay. Well, I mean, let's go back to notes here. We were talking about V8. I asked you that question, and I think we kind of went off track, but I am still curious about what you think here. What are we expecting with V8? Like if we were to think about what would be different, all we've heard for these last models up to this point is quality, coherence.
Still need to work on omnireference. Like it just needs to be better.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's good. I just don't think it's as consistent as it can be with the options that are available out there now.
No.
And regardless, like it gets me where I need to go, but I still have to like play with it.
Remember, and I don't. It's probably worth revisiting too. But remember when they did launch that, we had the episode. We'll link that too. But where we actually played with the omnireference weight, but we also played with EXP. Remember,
Yeah.
we were actually getting a little bit better results with adding in just a little bit of EXP on there too.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's just like now
It's like,
with,
why do you have to do that? Yeah.
with ChatGPT and context and runway references, where it's just like put this person in this scene and it makes it that easy.
I don't even think we need to wait, right? Like
No.
we don't even need omni reference waiting. I don't
No.
think it should be so good that you don't even need to wait. You don't even need to add EXP. Boom, boom.
Because that's like the next step in getting towards where they want to go, right? It's like they want to build real time, or they want to build like immersive worlds. Like then you need consistent characters, objects, locations, and I'm not. Like I said, you can do it. It's just not as straightforward as it is in some other places. But I think, like, I'm looking for the same thing that they always have done with V8, which is the Midjourney factor. It's like where it's just more insane, more versatile, more like widespread than any other tool out there. So I don't even know. Like I haven't even thought about when that would launch, what I would think, like how I would react to it. I'm just like so in it right now.
I think it's coming this year. I mean, it's coming this year.
Yeah. Well, mood boards have been. I think they improved mood boards again. Like I still think mood boards is like the best thing. That
No one's even
exists
talking
out
about
there.
mood boards anymore, which
It's
is crazy.
because I use the micro mood boards now, like a lot. Like when I'm doing things, like I've been creating them as tokens more so than as styles. Where it's like, all right, I want like overhead view. Like I use that as a mood board. I want like a harsh flash type style. I want like this, that. So it's more so like piecing together that
Yeah,
way with the
micro
mood boards.
elements. Yeah,
Yeah, like fisheye lens. Like okay,
not necessarily just thinking about color.
yeah, more so thinking about like the shot type or the camera, like if it's a super wide angle lens, like with the fisheye, or like soft edges or things like that. Like where, you see all these people on Instagram that are hawking a lot of their products with like basic like photography terminology, and then they're $1,800 for a list of camera angles, and so
This is not new. This is not
No.
new.
no, it's not new, but it's also, you can just apply that to a style. That becomes the style. Like the fisheye lens becomes the style, and then
Yeah.
you can prompt it.
I think when we were first talking about mood boards, because we did a few episodes on those.
Yeah.
We were talking about that idea of breaking these down. Like you certainly had like the color style sort of component. Thinking about it a little bit more in terms of like style reference mood boards, but then we were even talking about that. Yeah, like the micro elements. You could focus on specific elements, right? So that could be, to your point, camera angle. That could be, the type of lens, wide, we talking about close up. You could go all the way down the list of things that you would typically structure with your prompt.
Yeah. And it's
and boom,
nice because you can
right?
just keep trimming the text prompting down to just like the meat, and it doesn't have to be all the additional pieces to get that creative direction. It can be like, here's my vision, like attach mood board, and then X person doing this, whatever. So I think it's just a different way to think about it instead of like always having to write the text prompts, which I still think produce the best. Like I still think if you have a really good text prompt, it listens. It's just getting there, and then like having the little additional pieces to make it sort of vibrant and pop. Because look, here's one of the things I presented on when I was on stage. I was just saying, like, if everyone's using ChatGPT and everyone's using Flux and everyone's using all these commercial models that are like just readily available on every tool, everything's going to start to look the same. So you're going to have like this homogenous sort of look and feel of everything. We all know that ChatGPT has a look, that yellow-green look, the very specific, like I can pick out a ChatGPT image
Oh, so
out of,
fast. So
like,
fast.
out of a lineup very easily.
So
Not saying it's bad. It's just very easy if you don't like, that's the thing with a hyper-coherent model, right? Like I ran these tests where I was showing like one-word prompts for each sort of image generator, and like ChatGPT is by far and away the worst. It looks like nothing, but it's because it needs a shit ton of detail. And if you don't give it to it, it just stays bland. But if you give it to it, then it gets there. It's just like you have to give it all the detail. But that's why, I think we still have Midjourney's gonna have a place, because things are gonna start to look the same if everyone's using those models.
yeah,
right?
so far Midjourney's done a really good job navigating the space that they're in without VC money. They're like the only ones, that really aren't heavily backed that I know of. I don't know about like other ones. I don't know much about Higgsfield in terms of like behind the scenes, business wise, or even Reeve for that matter. But Midjourney, you got to admit, I mean, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And they've adapted really, really well, considering that's such a big constraint. Let's get into this next piece of this. So there's Style Explorer stuff. Style Explorer features coming after the video updates. There's a survey active for style, age, gender, country, aesthetic analysis. Is there really? Let's go take a look at that.
Let's see what that is.
I don't see that.
You completed surveys, rate ideas, demographic. Well, there's your demographics there. Oh, you completed those. Huh.
Yeah, but
All right.
none of those
Maybe
are
it's
recent.
coming.
Those are all those. Yeah. So, okay, you've got that. This feature will explore how demographics affect aesthetic preferences. Okay, interesting. API stuff. I don't know if we want to go down that route or not. They're talking about partnership philosophies. Okay. And then secret projects. So still don't have any details on those secret projects yet. Timeline decision pending announcements in 1 month or a few months. Leaning toward faster announcement schedule.
Okay, that sounds like that sounds like when you get a snow in the forecast where it could be 1 inch or 30 inches.
Yeah,
so it's like, all right.
Yeah, that's like a thought in somebody's head. I don't know what I should do with that info, but
yeah, should we test the first frame, last frame, see how that looks live?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go.
You got it pulled up?
Pull it up on yours for the only because I have to top up again.
Okay,
guys, I am
fair enough.
I am so in the Midjourney hole with the with my credits this month. This is my 5th top up, so I'm on relax mode and it's just bad.
If you're listening to this, go into here and go into rate ideas and we need to find give hours away. Because I have some I can give. I'm not running out. I did get close last month. I was down to 98.
That's impressive. I did get down to 98. Just like maybe for a normal person, 4 months worth of generations.
Okay. Well, all right. So where do we want to start, man? We want to start with here.
Let's just, so if you've never played with keyframes before, just as a general sort of consensus here or a general sort of understanding, first frame, last frame means you have your first frame generated, which it'll start generating from that image, and then your last frame is where it'll end. So it's going to generate everything in the middle. Now, that brings up a whole different set of issues. If you're trying to put 2 different things in there, sometimes it'll combine that. Like if you try to put an image of a basketball player and then an illustration of something else, it will somewhat seamlessly transition that sometimes. Sometimes it'll just cut. A lot of times they have to be related, the 2 images. So it has to be something that is I start here, a car driving on a road, and then car driving around a turn, right? Think about it like that.
If we get something like this.
But Midjourney's a little bit more creative, so it can handle, that's the standard thought process with keyframes. To the right, which says Andy. This is where I was having issues with this
Jeez.
too.
Oh my God. Okay, where did my first one go? Here. I don't know if these are the best 2, but at least they have the same style attached. Jeez.
There you go.
Okay, that was harder than it should be.
Correct. Then you have to add a prompt.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Yeah, and these were things I was just prompting for style code, so it's not an accurate prompt. So let's just put young is when we're doing so. Let's think of something somewhat creative on the fly here.
Maybe take out young because they've been super vigilant on. That's it. Yeah, because I've been getting flagged for everything, even if it's nothing it's not like my personalization code where I'm asking for whatever we were doing 2 weeks ago with the horror images and the masks and stuff like that. But see, suspiciously down the street. Yeah, just run that. See how it works.
Anything else I need to think about here? No. Okay. All right, so
Do you
let's
have
do
the
this.
720 or 480p option there?
Oh, good question.
'Cause I was
No,
wondering,
I think
like,
maybe I
where
wonder if
that
that's the
was.
default now.
Huh.
Let's see. Okay, no.
Run it. See what this is. Let's see what we got. Because this is, like I said, on the keyframe side, while we're waiting for anyone who's not used to working with them, it's a lot of times, especially if you're trying to do things with same character or like the same object or whatnot, if they're not exactly the same one for one, you're going to have like this weird morphing transition because that's just the way it is. So, this might be more fun for more creative uses. But like that'll work. Like that's,
Well,
is that a style
I'm gonna
code?
run it. I'm gonna run it without. Yeah, and then oh fuck, it didn't take it. Okay, cool. Why didn't it take the last one? Ay, ay, ay. Look at this.
It's
Get out of
been
here.
glitchy.
Get out of here.
I just had a white screen last night for 6 hours. I couldn't even get
Okay,
on.
well, at least you can kind of do that. Cinematic shot of a detective from behind. As he walks. Is Erie E-E-R-Y or E-E-R-I-E?
I think it's EERIE.
Yeah.
Here's our SAT word of the day. Let's see what we got on this. Let's see, cinematics. Walks carefully down. It'd be cool if they added like an auto prompt. I mean, I know they have the auto prompt feature for the videos, but it's
Oh my God, can't do that either. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here.
that worked.
Hey.
That worked really well. Like that second one in from the right, the middle one on the right side.
Yeah.
Just nailed
And this one, if she didn't walk in the door backwards, and then
Yeah,
what we
she
got
knew it.
motion high, kind of a little bit funky. But again, like this is a very simple prompt. Like I don't think on some of these you would expect a one shot, but we could obviously get a little bit more.
I got a perfect example for that one. Go back though. So
Okay.
like
What you got?
for specific details on video, right? For anyone using video, like not the one above it, not that the one where the girl was like walking the wrong direction. So see how the girl is facing right, and we have the prompt says Asian girl is walking suspiciously down a city street. Like
Yeah.
oftentimes this will happen all the time with the car driving, with people walking. Like even if they're facing one direction, if you just type in walking right, oftentimes that like corrects the whole thing. So it's like these little micro things with video that can screw it up. So like these are like the things, and you see it and you're like, why is she walking the wrong way? It's like, well, it has to be. It's like so literal when it comes to video. If you want certain control, if you don't want control, you just want to let it ride. Let it ride. Like this is just if you're trying to get something specific.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good call.
Yeah. Especially.
So no prompt here. This was just seeing what it would do. Okay, and then this one we do have a prompt for. That one's pretty good.
Not bad. That one on the right. Yeah.
Some people over here doing something. It's like a bunch of people just looking. But yeah. So again, like, but you know what? The other part of this, right? And this is pretty obvious, but you would want to look and see what things are wrong to, you know, like you were just talking about, to then go back and iterate on the prompt with. That's super obvious, but just in case we need to call that out, because you do that a couple times, you should get what you want. And I think that's the expectation we should have versus like getting this right out of the box, right? It's all about an iterative game. Same with like ChatGPT. You know, there are certain things where you would expect to get it what you want, but it's all about the context. And sometimes with this visually, you need to see what it's going to give you before you can make that change. So
Especially if you're doing something more complex, like just knowing that you're going to have to go and iterate and actually have a detailed eye for the prompt to go find the problem area and then go readjust it. So, like, did it walk? Is the girl
Like that one worked better to me. Let's see.
walking to the right? Ripping back here.
Now, still gotta like, either all of these have a little bit something wrong with them. Going in the wrong side of the door where the handle's at, right?
That's why keyframes is hard. I think everyone wants keyframes, but a lot of times it's like things have to be so consistent.
I mean, this was just a re-roll, so this was without the additional prompt. This one works pretty good. You know, walks right out of the scene. That's cool.
What else did you re-roll on here? Just the other.
This was the non-prompt. This was the one sneaking into the door. Let's see. Do I have this one on low too? I'd like to get this one on low. So let's go prompt. Did it lose my air loading image? Yeah, I don't know. We're having some issues here, Midjourney. But
this has been glitchy for the last day. So
let's see what we get out of this. So this was just rerunning with motion high. This one will be motion low. Let's run this one again too. And we didn't do this one on low. So prompt. So yeah, it's not taking in that first image. So you got to drag this back in. Let's go low.
I've had issues with the first frame, like adding things to the first frame. Seems last frame is fine, but whenever I try to drag something into first frame, it's just like, I don't know. This is weird. It might just be glitchy because it's 1 day old, but
yeah. This one, she's going in the wrong side of the door where the handle's at. So like, you know, if we were to iterate on that, I would probably iterate on that. Walks into the left side of the door, grabs the handle just to give it some additional direction. Let's see on this one. This is low motion. That one was this one worked pretty well? Yeah, that one worked pretty well. This one right here.
Bang. There
Boom.
it is. And
Okay.
that looks like a 2D flat animated style. Like that's perfect. Even the shadow on the door.
Yeah, it's cool.
Notice that? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
There's little things that it does that are really impressive. I actually did a VO3 like video on trend trying to do Transformers, and then I ran the same prompt in Midjourney. It actually was pretty good. It wasn't as realistic, but like it listened. It was a really long prompt, and I was like, cool. It's like wasn't expecting that, but
Yo,
that
watch
was
this
before
fourth
the
frame
frames.
here. Watch this right here. Watch this guy. Whoop.
Hey,
Let me get out of the frame. I can't be in the last frame, bro.
it's like
You
the
didn't want me in
CEO
there.
at the Coldplay concert. Like, oops,
Look at him. Like, oh, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of here.
I didn't know it was on camera.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay. And then you had this this loop functionality too, right? So now you can go into I mean, this is not going to be a good. Well, that's not a good example. I just ran these right before. I didn't even really have a chance here, but to look at these.
Sidebar: Midjourney definitely has some of the, if not the top 1 or 2 most like micro detail movements. Like there's little things that happen within this that are. Yeah,
The car messes it up.
Mm,
Damn it. Yeah.
It was a good shot though. Good
Yeah.
composition. of that
Interesting
shot.
interesting things happening. But that's now here, right? So you can go into any image you got, and now they've replaced. So this used to be the manual, so it was auto and manual here. Now they've got loop here. Now you got to click into animate manually to do it, and it takes you up here.
I don't like that.
So you have that, but like again, we could do this auto or this is where you could really dial it in, right? So again, right, like we could come up with a creative idea here.
Click on the where creator actions. It says more options. Click on that. I want to see if they have.
This is like pan and remix and all that.
All right, they didn't add the. They didn't add like use as first frame, use as second frame.
No, no.
I'm sure
that
that'll come at some point.
That's a good call though.
Yeah.
That should be here. You shouldn't have to drag it, right?
Yeah, because the drag is annoying, and then like it never like seems to work well. I have that issue with describe too. Just like never does what I want it to do.
Describe doesn't.
A little infinity symbol. Wow, very, very UX UI efficient there.
Yeah.
Infinity loop.
Infinity loop, baby.
Did super cool. Like I still just love that you can generate in any aspect ratio. To me, that's just like one of the best things because there's nothing worse than having to go into a tool and it's like, oh, this doesn't fit. You have to go like reformat it, and then
That's
like
pretty good without any direction right there, right out of the box.
See, look at the micro movements. Like it doesn't like just move to the side. Like you get the blinking, you get like right.
Ooh, like that one. Damn, that one's a pretty good one.
I like that. It's a good like might be a good cover for one of your Twitter threads.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. That's,
Boom. This is with motion high. Too much going on here. Probably, this is like one of those things too, where it's like, okay, think about the image you have here. This is kind of a simple scene. It's one guy standing there and you're not prompting it. So probably not a great fit for motion high, but we'll just see what we come up with here.
I mean, it looks natural.
Still kind of cool.
Yeah. Like even just the looking left and right, that's like looks pretty. I could believe that.
Dope. Yeah, it's cool.
This is
very cool.
I have like 3 examples that I ran this morning, and that's it. I'll show just because they're more like disparate. Like let's do the most random things together.
Agree. Yeah. So we did a flat. We did a sort of like more of a cinematic.
Yeah. Here, let me pull this thing up. I'll just show you what I already ran, so I don't just continue to generate in relax mode, so everyone has to sit here for 15 minutes. So like this one, right? The start frame is this, and the end frame is this, right? Like,
so you're asking a lot here. Let's see what we got.
So it sort of just like transitions into the other scene. But like this is what I'm
bad.
saying, right? Like it's.
I mean, those
cool.
are 2 totally different.
Yeah.
Things
so I think this is what you can
entirely.
expect for this kind of stuff if you're doing it, right? Like, I like that it just went into a tunnel and then it ended up in. Like,
I do too. I think that actually was now. Give us a sense of like how many times like this was something that you didn't manually prompt, right? You just autoed it, and then how many re-rolls did you have to do to get something like this? Like
I just ran it one time. I wrote Dreamscape
that's
transition. That's
pretty
it.
dope. Pretty dope.
This one takes the guy's head and puts him on a boat. His little head rides through over into here. But, I was like, let's just test it out, see how it works. And with 2 totally random things, like that's not bad.
Hell yeah.
That would be on most other tools that have keyframes, just a jump cut transition. They'd just be like, here's the image, and then boom, we're over here. And that's all you get. So that would be this one more like, this one is more, but you get to see what I'm talking about here with the car driving backwards because I didn't specify it, right? So started with like the close-up of the F1 racer, and then I wanted it to sort of like pull out. I didn't say anything. I just wanted to see how it would work, right? So you can see like it starts forward, and then we end up going backward because cars and people, if you don't define direction, it just ends up doing this a lot, which is weird. But like you get some initial start, which is cool. This one I thought performed better, which was like starting in close up on the skier and then going downhill. Just typed in downhill skiing action shot.
Yeah.
This one, maybe it was this one that works. This one, see, she went backwards, right? And then she gets into like her little thing. This one might have worked better. There you go. It's a quick transition. But if you have, 2 images, like this is what I mean. Like these aren't so close that it's going to create like a weird transition. Like this obviously is a close up, and then this is a little bit further out, so you can sort of see like the natural transition from her face mask down to her full body. But sometimes this is really hard for anything. To give it two totally random images and say just make something, right? So and then if anyone's looking to create like longer scenes, the little hack here, I know this probably sounds it's like stupid to people who've been listening to this podcast, but then you just flip and put this as the first. You put this final image as the first frame and then keep building from there. So you could build like a sort of like an infinite pipeline of stuff. So that's just a little, again, for maybe we have some new listeners, aren't used to hearing our voices, aren't used to hearing Faye scream in the background. That's, some of the stuff with video. But, I like these things. I always like having, if we could do, I don't know, can you do just last frame and not have a first frame?
I was wondering that. I was looking at that. It looked like you could. So
I've always found that to be more useful to me personally than just having two keyframes. If you can do last frame and end it somewhere.
So
starting frame.
what if I do this?
And just run that.
Will it work?
Let's see.
Nope.
All right.
Damn.
Because that was
What if I click? What if I click? No. Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Go to one of these real quick. Click into this. Just like one of these that you just generated. Or actually with the two keyframes. Sorry. Click into one of these, and then hit. Does it have an extend option? It does. So click like one of these. I just want to see what happens when you hit this. If it gives you an option to add another frame.
Like you talking about extend manually and see?
Because we're going from image 1 to image 2. All right, so it gives you the starting frame, which is where it ended. And now you can add another one. All right, so this is something here. So you can now add a different ending frame, and now it's going to extend like keyframe to keyframe to keyframe to keyframe. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's go back into here. Let me see if I can find something that looks something close-ish. I don't know. I like this image. Let me just take this out. Let's run. It's still pulling that last. Why is it still pulling that one in?
Weird.
Okay. It's weird. So that's like another glitch currently. Let's try this with high. Okay.
So now you should have 10-second video, basically 3 keyframes. So if you can build what we was talking about
there we go.
before, right? Like we had our first image, then our second image, and then at the end of the second image, it's like, let's add a third image. So you can keep going this way, which can be super useful if you know what you're doing for longer shots. That's good to know. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's a good call because you're seeing it right here. This was the end of that frame.
Uh-huh.
Right? It's not pulling back this one. This is the end of that frame. So
now we'll give you the full 10 seconds here is my question, or is it just going to give you the next one, like in one shot?
yeah.
9 seconds. There it is. That's good. So this is good to know. Now I have something to play around with. Now this is like where the Midjourney like creativity factor comes in. String 5 random
String them together. Yeah.
keyframes together and see what it can do. Like that should be. There's a whole like little format there. Well, you guys might see something on
finish.
Twitter later.
There we go. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
All right, so we got to walk into the car,
Whoop!
back out,
Back
in.
I'm back. Holy
There we go.
Yeah, hold on. Let's go check these out. This was kind of a funky one to begin with, so we're not looking for. And we provided no direction. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
But
I mean, this is probably a really tough one.
tough ask.
What are we asking for here? But
Yeah.
let's go. We'll try the high motion too and see what happens. Okay. All right. So kind of the same thing across all 4. High now. Okay.
There's definitely a whole format to be had with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do like I'm already thinking of like people walking through.
But this is right. Like and I think it starts with the intent. The intent around these images wasn't with this in mind. If you already have this in mind, right, you're already going to have better connective tissue between the images to begin with. These are just using the same style code, right? And we're just trying to pick. But that's, to the point of like creating a storyboard or a flow, that would just kind of come, if you have that intentionality up front, you can build these to be a lot closer. Or even if you've got two to start with, right, you can build on it from there. But
because I'm just thinking of like, just like a standard workflow. Like, all right, let's just take, if you have like a person, I'm not saying we'd do this, it's just like an idea. Like you have a person like walking, side profile, like walking in an environment. You could like take the, go into editor, remove the background, generate new environment, keep the person exactly the same.
You could have, like you could take this girl, right? You could take this girl and maybe she's walking down an entire block and through different scenes, right? Like just continue. It's like this infinite walk of, like somebody walking the New York City streets,
Definitely. That's how
block after block after block after block. It's just continuous runway.
This is that like that actual like keyframe piece now on the extend makes it a lot more interesting to me. Yeah, because I didn't think about it when I first.
Yeah, the other thing was we could not give it an end frame too and extend it because we didn't do that.
Yeah,
we went here. Now we can just extend it without it.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen to that guy who disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he gone for good? Is he coming back again? Is he going to sneak back in there? He had to get out just in time for the end frame to conclude to then jump back in for the beginning of the next one.
He has his 6 seconds of existence in this reality, and then he's gone. No.
He goes, "Oops! Oh, they need me. They need me one more time. They need me one more time."
But yeah, so that's I'm intrigued. Now there's time for me to play with this because I have so much stuff keyframe wise from what I was doing with Runway back in the day when it was like keyframes was like the coolest thing ever. And now I want to go back and test some of the old stuff, even the style code stuff. It's really super easy to transition from stuff, make it a little more morphy. Again, there's endless direction here. It's like funneling your ideas to like actually get to some point now, which is so much harder. Creativity is on full display.
Yeah, you could. Couldn't you like just hypothetically too? You could just drag. No, you can't. You can't drag in style references into the video prompt.
No,
you have to use style codes, right?
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Well, because I'm saying like if I wanted to then take in. This is this from the same thing, but like there's no way to drag this into an sref to apply to future frames, right? To just like dial in the consistency of the colors.
Yeah.
But if you're generating scenes with a style code, you can obviously hack that. But I'm just thinking out loud with that.
Yeah, because you can take sort of these, again,
Whoop. I'm back. I'm back.
I love that. So, all right. I mean, I think we pretty well covered the video situation. What's going on here? We'll probably go a lot more.
Yeah, this is just launched, so we really haven't had a real good spin at this. Would love to hear what you guys are coming up with as well. If there's anything that we maybe missed for this initial launch, but I think we're gonna play with this a bit between now and the next time we're on here. What else do you want to talk about on here? Did you want to go into any of the stuff that we're just seeing on social right now? I know like the JSON code stuff's just been like popping off, but
Runway Act Two, like
Runway Act Two, yeah.
If anyone's not familiar with Runway Act Two, it's the advanced motion capture. It's an improvement. I don't know how aggressive you can get with it. It definitely works, and it works really well. I did like a stupid video, sort of like the reverse of how it would be. I had Jack Nicholson acting and like guiding my performance, so it was like it worked really well in that sense. But I think this JSON stuff is getting pretty interesting because you see some of this stuff. Some of it's pretty close to production ready. Like depending on what you're looking for, like that's a these are really cool.
I think it
Especially
depends on, it depends on the brand for sure.
Yeah.
Where like this is fun social media, fodder. And like, I think maybe where your struggle is if you're looking for like product specific level of detail and no morphing, I don't think we're there. But
if I'm
you're
a
looking
brand, I'm
for
just jumping on this for
storytelling through the use of video.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Like,
this is
if
ready.
I'm a brand right
ready.
now, I'm pumping this on social media. Like whatever my product is, I'm finding 50 ways to just like get impressions and attention because why not? This is fun, But it opens up sort of like that conversation around JSON, which if anyone's not familiar with JSON, it's just computer code.
Oh, there were some cool examples too I found last night that were kind of fun. And it was in this thread here. This was just kind of.
That's great.
Hold the door. And then there's like, I've seen this. You've probably seen this one.
Yeah.
Tasty burger with the tongue.
It's just so.
This one is
so
crazy,
good.
dude. This one's disturbing.
Unreal.
Whoa, bro. That was wild. That one caught
That's
me
got to
off
have
guard.
like millions of impressions. That's so social media. What is that Red Bull?
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think it's just like different things as waves coming in. Like, yeah, so I
Monster.
think so. There's Monster. Yes, I think that maybe the first one was Red Bull.
That is cool.
This one was, this one first. I was going to show you. This one's great.
Is this someone giving the middle finger?
Yeah.
Yep. That's Higgsfield. I know that's a Higgsfield pre-programmed shot.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's fine. Then you just, you get to this point,
Skirt.
and then you just hit reverse, then come back.
Sick.
Reverse the video, string it together. What is this koala going to do? Oh, wow. Even got throwing the floss on.
Hey. Whoa.
That's good.
Get after it. Yeah, I found, I can't remember. I found this thread last night. I was like, there's some good ones in there.
It is good.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of this, the JSON stuff that's taken off. Let's see if I can
throw up my, you have Sydney Sweeney, who the second part of this commercial is VO3.
Yeah.
So walks into the car. And they didn't even try to hide it. Like once she
not
closes the door,
super obvious. It's like, right?
boop. It
When
just
the
switches to a
engine-
different.
I thought it was when she jolted, when the car jolted.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, I guess we're doing that now for American Eagle or whatever company did it.
And then it took
There's-
off. Hey,
If you
he
go to
was woke.
Dude, if you go to my profile real quick,
Yeah.
I have the Transformers one was the most impressive to me because that's a really hard thing to do. You gotta scooch by Weavy, the Weavy tutorial. There's a thread. There was Don. That was Act
I did
2.
like that one. That was a great one.
Then there's this one where I was
This
like,
one?
yeah. I was like, okay, we can even like with the JSON prompt, you can control sort of like what happens in sequence too. It's like arms come up, body folds into each other, legs unfold. So
Let's go to your prompt on that. Where was the prompt? Oh, here it is. Okay.
little more. It's super detailed, right? But you can have it as like 1 to 2 seconds does this, 2 to 4 seconds
Yeah,
does
right
this,
here.
6 to 8
Yeah.
seconds does this. Yeah. So you can have more control over it. It's also not. I'm not writing this. I'm asking ChatGPT to write that. I'm editing it. Right. Like
So what
put
are
in
you?
JSON code.
What are you putting in to get? I guess is it a template that you're using, or are you just describing all the things that you know for sure you want in it?
So I'm asking it for first off, I'm giving it an idea. I'm saying,
Or do you want to?
take this
Or do you
idea-
want to show it? Do you want to show it?
I don't have the. It's so buried because I did like 700 of them. to go find this specific one. But really, what I did was essentially like, here's my idea. I want to show a tractor trailer turning into like Optimus Prime in Google VO3. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Then it's like break it out into these categories. I want like the colors. I want the VFX. I want the the motion transitions. I want it timed like a specific way, right? So think about it like this, like I'm like a scene in Transformers.
But like,
That's sort of how-
like this, right? Like you're not
no,
putting this
that's
in.
putting it all in. That was all. That was all that.
But I
Just
mean,
gave it the
like,
framework.
yeah, but I mean, like, what are you giving detail wise to then give, like, what are you giving context wise to get this detail, right? Like,
That's
even with
basically-
even with
yeah.
the seconds. I'm guessing you weren't thinking about the seconds, were you?
Well, after I read this was like after like 10 iterations, right? Like this doesn't happen on the first shot. I was
Sure.
like, oh, let's run this, and then if the first thing that happened was it was like the truck would just like snap transform, like there was no sort of gradual process. So then I'm downloading the video, feeding it back into ChatGPT so it can watch the video. And I'm saying I don't want it to snap transition. I want it to like gradually transform. Like this was in an earlier one, but then this one where I was like, all right, let's have the arms unfold first, then do the torso, then do the legs, and then it's like, okay, I got you. Then it was more so like, okay, let's keep going with that kind of idea. Like let's have the camera push in and sort of like ride up as it comes in, or let's have it pull out, or let's have like, change the sounds to more.
But I mean,
hydraulics,
piston hisses. I mean, come on.
I was saying that though. I was like match the tone with like what's happening mechanically. So, it's mostly I'm just having a conversation with ChatGPT based on like each
that's
generation. Like,
Yeah.
change this. Change this. What about this? Keep this the same. Change this. So, I'm uploading things. I uploaded probably like 15 videos into there to start to get something.
So
like
this is like, these are iterations stacked with compounding learnings along the way. Kind of what we were talking about with, we were just talking about with the Midjourney video, right? You're running it first. You're seeing what flaws exist. You're also inverting that, and you're also seeing what things are missing and could be added at the same time, right?
Yeah, because you have to look at this as it's not going to be one shot deal. Now, the Corona party in a bottle, right? Like the one down below this, that was a one shot, which is why it was so crazy to me that it just worked. And I was like, that's cool. Like, what?
Now, walk me through how you one-shotted this.
So Salma, if you go to, I don't know if you know Salma on, right there, I tagged her in it. Salma Abukar, right there in the prompt, right above the prompt.
Yeah.
But her profile, I want to shout her out for the credit because she dropped the prompt that she did for the IKEA ad that she made, and I just took that, gave it to ChatGPT, and said like, let's do this for like Corona party in a bottle. Let's take this.
Yeah.
Adapt it.
Yeah. Use this maybe
see.
same framework, like template,
Yeah.
JSON code framework, but instead the idea is this. Yeah.
And then there was also, I think it was maybe Dustin Hollywood, who's on here that threw out another prompt structure for anyone that's interested. It's called like Mars or something like that, MARS, and it's like super detailed in the same way, but just not as code language. See, Dustin Hollywood, maybe he put it up on here. Let's see. Should be called like Mars prompt structure, something like that. MARS. I think it was like. There it is. This called Mars prompting, modular action rendering syntax. Just again, like a very well defined structure that you can utilize on ChatGPT because it gives it a very good format to work off of and like covers everything. So there was, I was trying to recreate some old stuff too. Like remember the old Budweiser commercial with the frogs? Budweiser,
yeah, of course, dude. Come on. Oh
I
yeah.
was trying to see if it could do that. It's really hard for whatever reason in VO. For it to get like 3 different things talking at different times, like staggered. But I ran that probably like 20 times. I'm like, I can't waste any more credits on this. So you gotta cut this one off at the knees before I spend my whole month of credit on trying to figure out if I can recreate this commercial. But dude, like this stuff is this right here. If you're watching, screenshot this. And
I'm gonna make sure I bookmark that too. I think that's dope, right? Because again, that's the way I would think about it. Is almost like creating these templated structures that you have, and then you apply new ideas to them, right?
Yeah. Because if you want the detail, you got to write a lot. Granted, you can just feed stuff into VO and just give it minimal direction.
This is kind of the hard part, really. And even that, right? Like there are plenty of sites that like filmmakers use, photography, like there was one in particular. I can't think of the name of it, but it's got like real movie scenes on it, you know, and it gives you all these details in the caption, right? What camera was used, who the director was, the VFX, you know, all this stuff. So it's essentially like you could take that and build out this template, and then again, maybe you have a few different templates that you use, and then you apply your new idea, and then you've got net new stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that was the same thing with what we were talking about with just image gen, you know, and stills and all that, right? It's just like you need to have, like, there are certain things you need to probably be thinking about that give you a little bit more consistent results, right? Is like the type of photography, like the type of style it is, right? The camera angle, if it matters to you, you know, like all those things that we talked about. But this is good. Gives you a framework.
This is the best way. You can go build a GPT off this. Just a starting point. I feel like everyone needs to have a starting point because video is iterative. I don't care what anyone says. Like, it's iterative. You're going to get 60% of the time, you're going to get awesome stuff. 40% of the time, it's going to be trash. And then you're going to have to, like, figure out what the problem area is or just rerun it. But
let's go back to let's finish up with Runway 2 here real quick, because I know
all right.
You were playing a little bit around with that. I haven't played around with it, but I've seen plenty.
Runway 2 Act
Are
2.
you blown away by it though? I would say like my impression is I wasn't. It like didn't feel like a huge jump from one. I guess I'm not trying to knock it, but I just
like full video to video with mocap, but it wasn't that. It was more so just like the expressions are better. Like this one, if anyone hasn't seen this, we sort of made a little mock of Step Brothers here, where I placed Drew and I in a scene using Runway references. You know, just to shout that out here, and then dubbing over with what we're doing. This was the more impressive thing, like having Jack Nicholson drive my performance. So just giving it a picture of me and uploading a video of him. But you can see like the hand motion, the face motion, the lips, the eyebrows.
You do look like you've had some. Looks like you've had some work done.
Yeah, a little plastic.
Yeah,
a little smooth.
Yeah,
but like that's the.
Yeah,
that's
piece. Incredible, man. It's incredible.
Because it was good, but you weren't getting the hand motion in the last one. I think that's really like what it did. Like some of the stuff, it adds the hand motion. Like in our video, it did the high five, which in Act 1 it would not have done the high five, or have like any of the hand gestures, which I think make things look real. the days of the hey gen.
You're right.
In a robotic voice. Hi,
Dude,
I
thought this one was pretty awesome too. We're not going to be able to get the volume on it because we both got our headphones in. But this is worth a watch too. This one's great.
Sloth F1 racer hawking sleep products, right? And it just I just wanted to have some fun. I needed to like dump all of my trauma of work from last week into a video, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this something really dumb, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Love the idea. It's so like random.
Yeah,
Sloth
sleep product. I was at an affiliate marketing conference. A lot of it's supplements. I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. Like, what character could I use for some of these stupid supplements? And I was like, oh, Sloth, because he already goes to sleep. And it's like, let's make it a little bit more ridiculous. Let's make him do something fast as a profession.
And then I like that. I of course love the Trump one. That's great.
That one was too good. That's a whole genre to be unlocked, is the impressions, and then like doing it. This one, for the context here, there's this guy that did a impression on Instagram, and it was Trump.
Who is it?
His name is Nacho Ombre or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I was thinking there's another guy I really like his Trump. It's like Austin Nasa or something like that.
Something like that. But it was about if he was like Trump in Lord of the Rings, like, I just want the ring, I don't need it, but I want it. And it was I was like, screw it, let's make Trump, a Lord of the Rings character and just put it on there. But that's a whole treasure chest to be unloaded with the impressions that are done on. Maybe
we get into this Weavy thing next time. We should get into that.
Yeah,
I think that's a cool little unlock. We could walk you through that. Rory's been going pretty hard on that. I would also selfishly like to learn a little bit more about that. I think that's a great little unlock as well when you're talking about character consistency, product stuff, right? So I don't think we're at the stage yet where one tool feels like it can do it all, where you don't need other tools yet. We're not there. So that's just kind of where we're at. We need to stack some things and that's why it's so hard to keep up. Is you kind of need to know more than a few tools, right? Like
That's why Weavy's good. That's why
But-
we have access to everything, except Midjourney via that. But maybe via API. Who knows? Maybe they'll be one of the ones that gets it. So that'd be cool. But yeah, man, that was it was good catching up.
cathartic,
We need to do
right?
it.
It's been a couple weeks. We were busy, and this felt good, and always like right after we get back on, after we haven't been on for like 2 weeks or something like that, we're just like, oh man, it's long overdue.
Needed it. We'll be
But I'm
back.
glad we also got a Midjourney update in between too. I mean, we didn't have a lot of time to really think on that, but I think there'll be some things that we can unlock further next time. Also, I think there's like an opportunity. This is maybe a little bit late in the podcast if anybody's still on here, but I think the other opportunity too is like really refining prompts based on the video, capability now. I haven't really seen too many people sharing that, right? Like I know on an office hours call, well, I haven't seen anybody show that. On an office hours call, they were talking about, like somebody had asked like if they're going to include like, filmmaking terms and blah, blah, blah. And so like, I don't think those are baked in, but I haven't tried, right? Like
It works.
does it? Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's a whole thing with that I think is still to be unlocked and talked about more. If you're really serious about leaning into video for that, I think up until this point, video with Midjourney's kind of been a little bit more of the fun thing, and like, lo-fi in terms of like the lift, right? It's like maybe like the smaller projects, maybe like the quick hitters, so far, because we know that it's sort of like the MVP. But
Yeah, it does stuff. Like I put that Transformers prompt in there, and it worked. Like it did what I told it to do. Didn't look as realistic as the stuff from Veo, but like still, that didn't work in any other tool. It's been funny trying to throw these JSON prompts. I've just been testing them in Sora also, just to watch the thing just crash and burn. It's like, man, what a flop of a tool compared to everything else.
Hey.
Right now.
don't throw JSON in Midjourney, by the way. You might be running like 1,000 iterations because
I learned
guess
that.
what? Permutations, baby.
I forgot to take some of them out. I thought I had gotten them, and then it was like running like 62 variations. I was like, no. It was like,
Did
goes
you?
on like
I just thought about
But
that. I
it
was like,
didn't go.
dude, don't do that. Don't do that
It
now.
didn't go.
'cause-
Yeah, but that was one thing that I definitely was like, oh, I got rid of the the curly braces, and it's, this
pesky
giant
little
ass, like,
curly
prompt.
braces. Yeah.
Whoops! There we
Yeah.
go. There goes all the fast hours. But yeah, dude, there's going to be a lot to talk about over the next coming weeks. I am certain of it. We have backlog.
Good to
We're
see you,
probably gonna
man.
get some guests.
It's been good to
Yeah.
see you. You look handsome as
You too,
ever.
dude.
Oh.
Yes.
So
If you're still here, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell
we'll
your
see you
mom,
in the next one.
tell your dog.
Did you say tell your
catch you
mom? Tell your mom. I don't know.
Tell your mom. We're wholesome individuals. Fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man. We'll catch everyone next time.
See you guys.
Later.